Fox 19 Now presents Tri-State Travel Treasures with Ken Baker.
Hey guys, welcome back. On this episode of Tri-State Travel Treasures, we're taking you inside the Cincinnati Museum Center like never before. Did you know that there are actual fossils in the wall and that also this place once was a shopping mall? Well, you're gonna learn all that and more on this episode. Cody, so many big moments have happened here. You've had a president talk here before?
Multiple presidents, multiple candidates, vice presidents. We've had multiple movies filmed here.
Yeah.
I mean, it is one of the most iconic buildings in Cincinnati. In the country, there's no other building that looks like Union Terminal. And what's amazing is it is so impressive from the outside, but when you come in, it's just this burst of colors and artwork.
For sure.
I mean, the rotunda that we're standing in now has 6,500 square feet of mosaics, glass tile mosaics in this space. And what you have is on the south side, you have this kind of national history, starting with the indigenous people, the earliest inhabitants of the land, going through the pioneers and the engineers building the railroads all the way to the steel workers in the 30s, because remember, Union Terminal opened in 1933, so our history stopping in 1933.
Okay.
And then on the north side, we're talking Cincinnati history. So we have the frontiersmen, we have the officers and the soldiers of Fort Washington, we have the settlers building the Riverwalk and the riverfront, extending all the way again into that steel age as we start to see skyscrapers sprout up in Cincinnati.
I wish that when I've been here 20 million times as a kid, but this is the part you just rush through. You're just like, I gotta go to people should really stop and just look around, right?
Yeah, and when you're looking at the mosaics, the more you look at them, the more you see. And what's incredible is those are all tiny glass tiles the size of a dime.
Can you show us?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there are multiple spots where you can take a closer look at these glass tile mosaics in the building. So we have a spot near our History Library and Archives, which is on the mezzanine level. And then in our History Museum, we actually have two mosaics that you can look at, and you can just be inches away and see exactly how small those tiles are. And the fact that when you're looking at the background, the sky and stuff like that, that's not glass tiles actually, that's dyed stucco. So a lot of people are familiar with stucco and basically cement that is not painted, it's dyed. So they actually dyed it and applied it to those pieces.
I love it. Let's go check out those little tiny squares.
Let's do it.
Cody, what an example of some of the fine work done on the ceiling there.
Yeah, isn't it incredible? You can see mosaics, you can see just how small these glass tiles are. And then here you see the dyed stucco. But what's incredible is the artist, Vinald Rice, he actually took photos at these 16 businesses. So there were 16 mosaics like this that represented local businesses. He took photos of individuals there in action and then painted from those photos.
So these people are real people?
Yeah. They are real people. Now, in the rotunda, there are some male models in that, and you can pick them out pretty easily.
For sure.
But no, he went to Rookwood Pottery. He took photographs of workers in action, and then he turned that into the mosaic. And it's just incredible when you see it this close, the amount of colors that go into how do you make that skin tone. And there's reds, there's brown, there's pinks and purple.
For sure. Like look at all those different colors in the hand. Trick question for you. I don't know if you know the answer. How do they get it to stick?
I don't
Is it glue or what is it?
There's some kind of adhesive, to it. So these were all produced by the Ravenna Tile Company in New York. What they actually got, they got a canvas painting that was a quarter of this size. It was sent to New York. They blew it up to this size and they made the mosaic out of it.
Very cool. All right, what do we got next? I know that the building itself, it's such a treasure in Cincinnati. What's up?
Well, you think of Union Terminal, you think of history. You think the history of the building, the architecture, things like that, but there's also science baked within these walls, and I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about.
Now I'm intrigued.
Now, people think of Union Terminal as Cincinnati Museum Center, the home of these museums that has dinosaurs, among other things. Some of those fossils exist in this building over 50 years before the museum even moved in.
How is that possible?
right here, this is an ammonite. That's a fossil that's could be as old as 240 million years old.
That's wild.
Older than a T-Rex, older than a Triceratops. That fossil there, because fossils are preserved in stone. Marble is stone.
So you guys brought it in here. I'm sure no one knew until
as they were building this building from 1929 to 1933, they're bringing in this red Verona marble from Italy, and they're plastering it on the walls, unaware that they are seeding fossils in this building long before Cincinnati Museum Center would put multiple dinosaurs on display.
Before this moment, if I was building a house or whatever and I wouldn't want that, because I'd be like, there's something wrong with it. But then now that makes it so much more special.
You can go out in your driveway, you can, if you're walking along the trail, you can pick up rocks, and there are fossils in the rocks all over Cincinnati. And it's so common here that we almost take it for granted. But this, coming from outside the region, is kind of incredible.
Do you have any more of those?
We do. Do you want to see it?
Let's go.
Let's go. Here's another one.
That's wild.
We're back near the Omnimax now. But yeah, you can see this. And this is just one more of several that are throughout the building. So it's kind of this Where's Waldo as you're looking through the building. Anywhere you see this marble throughout the building, take a closer look, because you're going to find these fossils.
How come you guys don't, is the word excavate or whatever it is, pull it out, or?
So number one, Union Terminal is a National Historic Landmark.
Yeah. Oh,
so we can't do that.
Okay.
But number two, this is actually a trace fossil. So if you were to try to carve this out, there's nothing there. It's like a footprint.
Oh, it's like we were here.
The foot's not there, but evidence of the foot is. So the ammonite, the creature itself is not there. We just have the imprint.
It looks like it was a shrimp. Do you know what kind of creature it would have been?
It's very similar to like a nautilus, if you're familiar with those.
Okay, very cool.
So kind of like a mollusk, almost a squid-like creature.
I like it. I know you have one more thing to show us.
Yeah, while we're back here, let's go up and take a look at Tower A. This is the original control tower for Union Terminal, because most people, if they know the history of Union Terminal, they know it as a train station. So let's go see the operations of that.
Whoa, what is this place?
Welcome to Tower A. This is the original control tower for Union Terminal. So you think of airports have air traffic control. Same thing with rail yards. You have to know what trains are coming in, what trains are going out, what lines are occupied, what lines are open. And so you can see all of those lines here on this board. And this was something that's a team is constantly monitoring as trains are coming in and out. Because when Union Terminal was built, it was designed to accommodate over 200 trains in and out a day. So a combined 200 trains. So that is a lot of traffic to maintain and keep track of. So not only do you have this as kind of a guide, you have this incredible view out here as well.
It's gorgeous.
You can see just how expansive the rail yard is. And it still is today. This continues to be one of CSX's third busiest rail yards in the country. So Union Terminal continues to be at the center of rail cargo and rail traffic in the United States.
So this is really a Cincinnati treasure. I should have asked you this first, bad journalist here. So it was built to be a train place, right?
Yeah, so it was built between 1929 and 1933. If anyone's a history buff, part of the Great Depression, but this was built with private money. This is not a New Deal project or anything like that, because several rail stations in Cincinnati came together to build this station, because before Union Terminal, when you look at these travel books, traveling by train, when it comes to Cincinnati, it basically said don't, because when you transfer trains, you may have to put all of your luggage on a wagon and cart that across the city to another train station to continue on your journey.
That'd be horrible.
So it was such a challenge to travel by train through Cincinnati and into Cincinnati. They built Union Terminal to centralize all of that. And it actually opened early because it flooded in 1933, and it flooded several of those stations. So Union Terminal opened 2 weeks early to accommodate that. So Union Terminal was this just massive undertaking, massive project, on time and under budget. And it was open in 1933. Unfortunately, kind of right at that moment when vehicle traffic and car traffic was starting to take its place. But then very quickly, we enter into World War II, and the station is just constantly busy as troops and support personnel are moving in and out of Union Terminal and in and out of Cincinnati. And a lot of people don't realize this. As you look out over the train yard, Union Terminal's concourse. So if you go back to the OmniMax Theater, you're at the back of the building, but that used to continue on all the way about halfway out into the train yard. And that was actually lopped off in the 70s and creates Union Terminal as people know it today.
Oh, well, and then it became a bus stop, right? Or a transit bus place?
Yes, it had a little history as that. It had a history as a science center, still when it was, an active train station. It was a mall in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
And then after that mall kind of closed, it sort of sat empty, but it bought Union Terminal some time because there's always this point where something's not historic, it's just old.
Yeah.
And so that mall kind of bridged that gap for Union Terminal and got the momentum, allowed people the time and momentum to say this should be the future home of Cincinnati Museum Center, which revitalized Union Terminal. So what's incredible is people always say, what's the heyday of Union Terminal? And the answer is right now. Never in its history has Union Terminal been utilized so fully, so often, so much as it is right now.
I love this. Cody, I learned so much. I've been here before. This is a great episode. You're always the man. Folks, make sure you watch all the Tri-State Travel Treasures, now streaming YouTube, Amazon, and also on Roku. Did you know we were everywhere like that?
I did not.
We are.
What about Tubi?
We're getting there.
All
That's
right.
next.
Tubi coming soon.
Yes, bye.